Hey everyone, welcome back for another deep dive.
Yeah, glad to be back. Always exciting to dive into a new topic.
And today we're taking a trip back in time, way back.
Back to the past.
All the way to ancient Babylon, baby.
Whoa! Okay, so we're talking really old school financial advice.
Seriously old school. We're cracking open The Richest Man in Babylon.
A classic.
An absolute classic. And you know what's amazing?
What?
This book, even though it's ancient, it's packed with these financial principles.
Wisdom.
Timeless. And they're still so relevant today. Like, surprisingly relevant.
Totally agree. It's crazy how some things just never change.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we're going to unearth these time-testing secrets, get down and dirty with the wisdom of Babylon.
I like it. Get down and dirty.
And most importantly, we're going to see how they apply to you.
To everyone listening.
Today, in the 21st century.
Yeah.
Because, let's be real, who doesn't want to unlock the secrets to building wealth?
Right. Like, that's a universal goal no matter what time period you're in.
Yeah, totally. And The Richest Man in Babylon gives us these intriguing ideas, these, I don't know, almost like little...
Formulas.
Yeah, formulas. Like saving 10% of your income before anything else.
The golden rule of personal finance.
The idea of gold multiplying.
Ooh, that sounds mysterious and exciting.
Right, and owning your home as like a savvy investment, not just a place to live.
I'm intrigued. Let's unpack all of that.
Let's do it. So first up, we've got to talk about this principle. It's like the cornerstone of the whole book.
Hit me with it.
Start thy purse to fattening.
Love that phrase. Start thy purse to fattening.
So catchy. Now, I've heard this advice before. Save 10% of your income. But the richest man in Babylon, they really
Hammer it home.
hammer it home. They're like, this is it. This is the key. So tell me, why is saving that first 10% so important? Why that specific number?
Okay, well, first, let's go back to ancient Babylon for a second. 10% back then was considered like a fair share for the king. Like, it was what you owed the king.
Oh, interesting.
Right. So the book frames it as, think of it as paying yourself first. You're your own king or queen.
I love that.
You're entitled to that 10%.
Yes. I am the ruler of my own financial destiny.
Exactly. But beyond the historical context, saving 10% consistently, it forces you to shift your mindset. You go from scarcity to abundance. You're prioritizing your future self.
It's like, instead of living paycheck to paycheck, always scrambling.
You're building a foundation.
Yeah, a solid foundation.
Okay.
Okay, but let's be real. There's so much stuff out there vying for our attention, our hard-earned cash. I mean, talk about temptation.
Oh, I know it. The struggle is real.
So how do we resist all that? How do we stay focused? The book talks about controlling expenditures, right?
Absolutely. It really emphasizes knowing the difference between needs and wants.
Okay, needs versus wants. Break that down for me.
Think about it. The Babylonians, they didn't have all the crazy advertising, the limited time offers, all the...
Shiny distractions.
Yeah, that we
Yeah.
face today, right?
Yeah.
It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking we need the latest gadget or those trendy clothes or...
A phone that comes out every 5 minutes.
Exactly. But honestly, most of that stuff, it's just a fleeting desire disguised as a necessity.
Oh, my need for a new phone. It's like clockwork.
Right. So we have to be more mindful.
More mindful. So, besides resisting all the shiny temptations, what are some practical tips for keeping our spending in check? I know the book talks about budgeting.
Budgeting is key. It's like mapping your financial journey. Like, think about those Babylonian merchants, right? They meticulously planned their trade routes. They knew exactly where they were going and how they were going to get there.
Okay, I see the connection.
So with budgeting, you're consciously deciding where your money goes instead of letting it just slip away on impulse purchases. When you track your spending, you align it with your goals, you're taking control of your financial destiny.
You're the driver's seat.
Exactly.
I like that. So we're not just wandering around aimlessly in the financial desert.
No.
We've got our roadmap. We're headed straight to our oasis of wealth.
Love it.
But it's not enough to just save, right?
Yeah.
We've got to make that gold multiply.
Exactly.
So how did those savvy Babylonians approach investing?
Well, they understood the power of putting their gold to work.
What do you mean by that?
Think about it. You save a portion of your earnings, but if it just sits there, it's not doing anything for you.
It's stagnant.
Yeah, exactly. Investing is like planting those savings in fertile ground.
Okay.
And for them, that might have been owning a piece of a caravan or lending money to a craftsman to start a business.
Right, makes sense.
For us, in the modern world, it's things like stocks, bonds, real estate.
Ah, okay, so those are our modern-day caravans.
Exactly. These investments, they generate passive income. Your wealth grows over time.
So it's not about hoarding your gold in a treasure chest.
Right. Definitely not.
It's about making it work for you.
Making it multiply.
Yes. Now, that brings us to another key principle. Guarding your treasures from loss.
Right.
Because investing, let's face it, it always feels a little bit risky.
There's always some level of risk, for sure. But The Richest Man in Babylon really stresses this point. Seek advice. Get advice from people who know what they're doing.
The wise ones.
The experts. Even back then, in ancient Babylon, people sought out the wisdom of experienced moneylenders. Today, we have financial advisors.
Okay.
They can help us navigate the complexities of investing, help us make informed decisions. It's all about minimizing the risk and maximizing the potential for growth.
So no throwing your gold into a chariot race on a whim.
Probably not the best investment strategy.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
You mentioned real estate earlier.
Yeah.
The book seems to have a strong opinion on owning your home, right?
They definitely do. They see it as a solid investment. Owning a home builds equity over time, provides stability. It's a tangible asset. It's a piece of the world that you own. And it ideally grows in value.
Okay, so it's not just about having a roof over your head.
Right. It's not just about shelter.
It's an investment.
Yeah. It's like owning a piece of fertile land in ancient Babylon. Land that would yield crops year after year.
Makes sense. It's an investment that also provides, that sense of security. And speaking of securing your future, there's another big idea in the book. Ensuring a future income and increasing your ability to earn. It seems like these two things really go hand in hand.
They absolutely do. The Babylonians, they were smart. Yeah. They knew that financial security wasn't just about the gold you have today. It was about planning for the future.
What if something happens?
Right. What if you can't work? What if there's an unexpected expense? They understood the importance of having a steady stream of income, even when things get tough.
So how do you do that? How do you ensure your future income?
Well, the book says keep learning, keep improving your skills and your knowledge.
So you can
increase your earning potential.
It's not just about the gold you have now. It's about
the gold you can earn tomorrow.
Exactly. Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
Okay, I have.
All these core principles from The Richest Man in Babylon. But you know what really drew me into this book?
What's that?
The stories.
The parables.
The parables. They make all these financial lessons so much more engaging, relatable. They're just memorable.
Totally. Like the Tale of Arcad, it's a classic. It shows how powerful, consistent saving and investing can be. Arcad, this humble scribe, becomes the richest man in Babylon just by diligently putting aside a portion of his earnings and investing it wisely.
It's inspiring.
It is. It reminds us that wealth, it's not built overnight. It's about consistency and smart choices.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Exactly.
And I love The Luckiest Man in Babylon. It reminds us that opportunities are everywhere, but
have to be ready.
You got to be ready to seize them.
Like that character in the story who learns to spot opportunities and then takes action, we can create our own luck by being prepared and open to new possibilities.
Yes. We can't forget the 5 laws of gold.
Oh, those are good.
Condensed wisdom from the richest man himself.
It's like a cheat sheet for financial success.
So, as we wrap up our deep dive into The Richest Man in Babylon, what principle resonated most with you?
Ooh, that's a tough one. There's so much good stuff in there. But I think pay yourself first. That's foundational. It's powerful. It's about recognizing your own worth and taking care of your future self.
Prioritizing you.
Exactly.
I love that. And as all of you listening reflect on these timeless principles, I want to leave you with a thought-provoking question.
Oh, I like these.
Imagine you could travel back in time to ancient Babylon. You're face-to-face with Arcad, the richest man in Babylon himself.
Whoa, okay.
What's the one question you would ask him about building wealth today?
That's a great question to ponder. It really gets you thinking.
It does. And that's what we're all about here on The Deep Dive. So until next time, keep learning, stay curious, and may your purses be ever fattening.
And may your gold multiply.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.